Previously in X-Men. As if guided by the fates, individuals that have existed in the periphery, our beloved X-Men, have begun to move closer and closer to imminent danger. Lorna Dane, Maura McTaggart, Sean Cassidy, Amanda Sefton, Morlock survivors, and more all seem to be inching closer to the epicenter, the proverbial eye of the storm. And the Reavers have their sights set too. And where will this legendary locus of good versus evil shake down? Muir Isle. I am Jason Lapidus.
I'm Chris Hannigan.
And we are Group of Seven Comics. Welcome to episode 197 of our ongoing read-through of the X-Men comics that became classic, as we read Uncanny X-Men 254 by Chris Claremont, Marc Silvestri, and Dan Green. Cover date of early December 1989. Chris, how are you?
I'm great. I'm just my loud, almost 15-year-old just walked in the house after going to City Hall and skating outside with his buddies, and then it's great. I told him, I was like, "Hey, I'm doing the show," and he's talking into his phone.
Oh yeah.
I'm just you can't even do this. Like, put it up.
At some point, you have to not give him access to your studio.
That's true. The studio, which is the kitchen. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that because I did have a conversation today with my wife Danielle. And I said, "Oh, I think I might want to get like a nicer speaker headphone set for the shows. You know, we're coming up on 200 shows. Maybe we should treat ourselves." Anyway, she's like, "Or you could like change the location of where you do it." And I'm like, Yeah. I mean, Jason says it all the time. The dogs are barking, or kids are walking in. So, I'll
tell you, in all seriousness, I like transparency and all that. I very much value and respect the idea of having a room-facing computer in a family with children. So that's thing one.
Yeah.
Thing two, kitchens are incredibly echoey.
Right.
So, you know, you are making a decision as a good, responsible, housebroken father versus a professional YouTuber, and you know, it's
what though?
You do what you got to do.
Yeah, but you know what? We hit 1,000 subscribers, so we are on the path to being pro YouTubers. So maybe I should just lean into that.
Sure. I mean, I'm happy to like talk about that for a second there. Yeah, we did. We had a couple of, let's just say, big viewing weeks, and our numbers, you know, went up by about 300 subs or more, 350 plus. And it's nice to see. And our site is now like eligible for monetization. Mm-hmm. That's great. Nice thing for us. No changes to anything at the moment. Obviously, we're just going to keep going forward with the amazing programming that we have, like previously in X-Men on Tuesday nights for the time being, and leveling up on Saturdays, and we'll go with that. And whatever else comes, and that's totally fine.
Agreed. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But no one's quitting their day jobs.
Oh no.
So you have an echoey kitchen with kids going through. That's fine. And if not, that's fine too.
Some fun comments in the chat. Thank you, Ali. I think it does keep me real. I appreciate it. Unlike Jason living in his cloud city of
yes,
professional studio.
I'm very fortunate where I have more space than a person should have, and that's great. See, I have a room just for my comics and action figures as well. Yeah. And then I have a studio where I get to work, which has a lot of comics and action figures in it. Oh, it's good. It's good. And I can sleep in either one of those rooms whenever I want.
I'm sure you do sleep in those rooms.
I have fallen asleep in the studio many times, but that's not the point. Saying hello to the chat, obviously. Michael, hello. Ali, hello. You're an awesome nerd. Maz, how are you doing? Hope everything is well with you. Gary Shipman, thank you for the congrats. It's very kind of you. Anthony, how are you doing? Anthony takes exception, but that's with the title of this episode. Well, it's a question mark, Anthony. So maybe the title of the episode, it says, "Oh, the team no one wanted, Jim Lee cover art." So maybe Anthony's contesting the idea. This is not actually Jim Lee cover art. It should be credited to Jim Lee and Dan Green and the colorist, whoever that might be. And that's fair, Anthony. That's a good point you raise. I should be more descriptive in the credits there, and you should keep taking exception. Yeah, there you go, Cloud City. Yeah, I am wearing the Star Wars tee. Good point. Thanks, Ali. So
this deal's getting worse every time.
I'll go quickly into this. Hey, of course, please support the comics we make. You can head to group7comics.ca to pick up Group of 7, A Most Secret Tale, which features 7 famous historical figures on a secret fictional mission to save the world, and Peregrine's Flights, Fiends, and Fisticuffs, which features the tales, 4 different stories of 4 secret agents who defend us from the unknown and unbelievable. And they have to do things like storm a Bavarian castle for a secret list of some kind to decode. They have to uncover the ruins of... What's that?
What else do they do?
They uncover the ruins of Roman Londinium, have to battle a minotaur, perhaps.
Absolutely.
They have to escape a Rocky Mountain stronghold while one of them is bleeding out. So it's sort of 3 carrying 1 and escaping a bunch of cowboys chasing them down the mountain. And lastly, they head to a subterranean land that time forgot, where they face off against the descendants of Vikings and some dinosaurs. So pretty wild stuff. That's all good. And Anthony just likes weirdo mutant teams. Well, that's a good reason for you to be watching NFL football. There you go. Bunch of mutant freaks. I'm just talking out of my backside. There you go. So you can head to group7comics.ca, pick up our books today in both print and digital formats. Yes, subscribe to the channel. Of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share videos if you're able. And we've been really grateful for all of your support so far and hope to continue giving you the kind of content that you've come here for. What's next? In the next slide, any idea? Right, Saturday mornings leveling up. The next episode, I have not made the slide yet. I'll give you a clue. It's about 8 pages that can change your life. And it is about a character who is ninja-like. Art by Chris Omni, writing by Mark Wade, a team I have covered on the show before. But I have my hands on a particular artist edition. And it's not mine to own. It's just mine to have for a little while. So I want to make use of the book that I have in my hands to share with you all the lessons that I can learn from it to make me a better cartoonist. So I'll be focusing on that this week in the episode that will drop Saturday morning. What's after this? Here we go. I'll take the slide down, but I don't have slides prepped for what happened this week in Marvel Legends talk. But it's about X-Men, and we can just drop the descriptions, and maybe, it'll be enough for people to go search if they want to. Or you can leave this video open and listen while you search up the images of the things that we're about to discuss. Chris, there was a Marvel Legends fan stream yesterday, and like our friend in the chat, Anthony, mentioned to me in person, Astonishing X-Men, Kitty Pryde, Colossus 2-pack. I think it's from everybody all around. Yes, I get it. It's a beautiful looking set. And when that happens, like the team is basically completed, I would not be surprised if they reissue Wolverine with a darker blue. I'm just going to... Okay. I thought the one they put out was the blue is too saturated and too bright. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do that to piss everyone off, to make everyone buy Wolverine twice. But the Kitty Pryde Colossus 2-pack looks like exactly like what fans and customers or collectors of the line will love. Mm-hmm. And in X-Men and Wolverine news, finally like a full proper way from Wolverine Deadpool or Deadpool Wolverine, and in it is a Cassandra Nova figure, which you could double as your comic book shelf Cassandra Nova easily. Mm-hmm. She comes with a what's his name? Agent.
What's his name?
It comes to me always at the last second, but
there's a P. Matthew McFadden.
Yeah.
McFadden? Yeah.
It comes with like a head with her hand going through it, where you can attach it to a suited body, and looks just great. That's cool. So we've got Cassandra Nova figure, a Cowboy Deadpool, whatever he's called, a Mr. Darcy figure.
Right.
There you go, Allie, and happy birthday, by the way. Not to Allie, but Jane Austen.
To Jane Austen, it is. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
250.
250, yo.
250, Janie.
My wife and daughter are watching Jane Austen, like literally as we speak. So
yeah. Same
on in the house.
Our household, yeah, absolutely.
We're just busy talking X-Men, but Jane Austen still comes up. So Cowboy Deadpool, or whatever they call him, whatever the nickname would be.
Yeah, I saw
voiced
that
by
one.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
So that's 2 figures in the line. Amazing. They're giving us a brown suited Wolverine, the brown and tan in movie form. Now, he never wore the mask in the movie, but I'm so grateful they're giving it to us because that's really what I want to see.
Right.
They're giving us a sleeveless, battle damaged, yellow suited Wolverine, which is what everyone wanted to begin with. They're giving us a full on like deluxe figure of Deadpool that comes with Dogpool and bones, adamantium-laced bones of Logan, so he can like wear the claws and swing around the skull and spine and have like the femur nunchucks.
Yeah.
Like, fantastic. And is there a last?
There is.
Of course, and Laura X23.
And there's also a Wesley Snipes Old Man Blade.
Wesley Snipes Blade.
Yeah.
My only beef with like the whole, I'm almost like tempted to get them all, truthfully.
Yeah.
My only beef with any of the figures is I wanted to see in the X23, they gave us 2 heads and neither of them is snarling.
Right.
And that is one of the most yelly, snarly characters out there in battle. So you're putting her in a pose and she's not screaming. I don't know what I'm going to, I mean, that's the missing piece. So that's cool. They've also said this is not the end of the Deadpool Wolverine stuff. There's going to be another wave or more figures, which is great. So the idea of getting a Gambit, Gambit Blade Electra 3-pack, Ali says, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think everyone would want the Gambit, whether we get it now or we get it as a Doomsday figure.
Yeah.
I think we're all going to get one. Electra, I would really get one as like a gag gift because 20 years ago, I went to go see that movie with a particular person in theaters, and it was really, really, really boring. It wasn't like it's not a good bad movie. It's just a bad movie.
Yeah.
But it should have been at least good bad. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Come on, right?
All the pieces are there.
Agreed.
Yeah, that was so boring, that movie. I wish she had pulled out a sniper rifle or something in this movie. I wish she was a bit of a killer in Deadpool.
Yeah.
But I know there wasn't any room in the plot for more. They could have picked off some guys as they drove up.
Sure.
Like they waited forever to start. Anyway, not getting into it. Lots of great Marvel Legends for us X fans. So that's pretty cool. Want to? Can we get back into just for a minute into this?
Sure.
So obviously, what we have here is 1975's Giant Size X-Men #1 with a cover by Gil Kane and Dave Cockrum. Now, they did a bunch of different Giant Size annuals that year, and they all had that theme to it of characters bursting out. So there's a Defenders one. So Gil Kane, it's like his concept, and I think he did the bulk of the penciling on them. So that's why it gets a Gil Kane and Dave Cockrum credit.
Right.
When it really looks like it's just Dave Cockrum. But Gil Kane, like I said, had a hand in the genesis of that. And that's where the mask goes wrong on Wolverine, by the way. They misinterpret what Gil Kane drew, and Dave Cockrum inks in the fully blackened mask. And they had to move forward like that, I think. That was sort of the direction it went. And then we get maybe the first homage in the X-Men world in 86 from Arthur Adams and Terry Austin, where we get the New Mutants team bursting out of the X-Babies in X-Men Annual 10. And great homage, worked perfectly well. It's lighthearted in this case. Like, I don't think anyone thought that the New Mutants were going to take over the X-Men spot forever, especially since they're just babies.
Right.
Or kids, you know?
Sure.
Lighthearted. But then we get this week's cover, and I did track down a crappy photo representation of the original art online. You can see the stock photo stuff all over it, or the watermarks all over it. But I'm pretty confident that is the original art, considering where the signature is and the corner box. Sorry, not the corner box, but the UPC box in the bottom corner has been like whited out. So I think that is Jim Lee and Dan Green's original work, and it was put on top of an overlay of old X-Men covers, which if you look at the real printed version, there's like a yellow and black sort of a series of elements underneath the drawing in the background. But to bring up this reference again of them tearing out of the old, making a statement in a not tongue-in-cheek way, but in like, this is, as the cover actually says, to save the dream, a new legend is born. That means this team is legendary.
Right.
That is now the expectation that this group is a legendary group about to do legendary things, and we are here to witness it.
Yeah.
And at 14 years old, being already a fan of Jim Lee, I had read his run on Alpha Flight. I was reading his run on Punisher War Journal. I was down for a new legend, but it better be legendary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's gotta deliver.
I didn't care much about Banshee. That's fine. You mentioned last week, you're like, hey, is that Strong Guy? And I let it go. Like I wasn't going to correct you. Like,
as you
we'll
should.
see, right? We'll see who it is.
Yeah.
Polaris is off model already, but like, fine, okay. Moira McTaggart with machine gun, but I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Forge seems to be more the machine gun kind of guy in our minds, maybe, but he's an Army veteran, but no gun for him. And then we have who now I know it's Amanda Sefton. At the time, I had no idea who that was.
Right. Yeah.
And then Legion, who I also was half the time confused with a character called Erg.
Oh, from the Morlocks.
Yeah, I really struggled, and the fact that Sunder was here meant to be like, oh, it could be Erg. I really wasn't sure. I didn't know what the deal with Legion was either. But we can.
Wouldn't that have been something where a couple of the Morlocks graduated to the team kind of thing, right?
Yeah, and you just want these things to feel earned.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always trying to stay open-minded when new characters join, and to let the writers and the performers, you know, in a movie or show, in this case, the writers and artists, like let them win me over. And I'm going to try and keep an open heart to these things. In this case, I'm going to do the same. I know how I felt the first time I read it. I know how I felt last week when I read this.
Right.
And I'm going to try my best to keep an open heart to allow Anthony's dream of this being the most legendary X-Men team of all time come true. So we'll give it all, and hopefully these guys do take on that role of being just.
It's so you know what? It's so funny how the device, let's call it device, of having an intro of a new team on a comic book cover, especially the X-Men, really like gets things going. Like in the sense of they just, you know, there's so many X teams and crossovers and like throwing in characters that you never did. Why is Ghost Rider on the X-Men or something like
Agent Paradox?
Right.
Sorry, go on.
No,
why is Ghost Rider? Yes.
Right. But yet it is such a divide. At least and it's often with X-Men because it is such a by definition team book that like it's always like the new era starts now, and it'll have like these and it just seems like we've seen like every iteration. We haven't seen every iteration, but like it's pretty close. And like Fantastic Four did it too, and Avengers. It's like always like, you know, they keep and I wonder though if what you brought up, you shared earlier with the, you know, you mentioned that in 1976, like there was a number of these 75. There was a number of these covers of Bursting Through, and then it becomes, every time they want to introduce, whether it's a wacky team or a team that they think will be the new team. It just feels like every fifth issue or something, you've got a
sure. Well, you have readership
Yeah.
ready to buy things based on the cover, or at least pick it up based on the cover off the newsstand back in the day.
Yeah.
But you can only burn them so many times. You can only pull this shit a few times before kids who have $1.25 to go somewhere else choose somewhere else. Whether it's a book that stays loyal. Like, how many times did The Amazing Spider-Man tease the identity of the Hobgoblin before some kids were like, I don't care who the Hobgoblin is anymore.
Right.
You keep saying you're going to tell us, but you never
I straight up did not care about who the Hobgoblin was. Because I was like, oh, it's the Green Goblin, but it's another guy called the Hobgoblin.
Right. I still don't care who the Hobgoblin is.
Oh, wait, here's a question. Do we know who the Hobgoblin is?
It was different people.
Yeah, sure. But who's
it doesn't
the
Hobgoblin? It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. The chat disagrees.
Matt says maybe it's the comic version of a backdoor pilot. If the reception is good enough, you make another book. Yeah. Yes, but then that means, okay, so I don't disagree with you. I think that's totally reasonable. So that means in this issue, I'm expecting to see this. And if it's good, yeah, they spin off into the new book called, it's Mural, it's X-Men UK or whatever they're going to be.
X-Men Scotland. It's not even. Yeah. It's like
whatever it is.
X-Men Outer Hebrides. You go super specific.
I'm down with seeing this group in these costumes in this issue. That's what I'm expecting at some point, is them uniting in battle to now save, because these elements are now converging. So I want to see that. And if it is a backdoor pilot, I'm totally okay with that. I bought in on Excalibur as a reader back then, and I still do. I bought in on X Factor, and I still do. I'm cool with there being a few teams. I bought it on New Mutants, all of it. Yes. So give me this, and let's see if it's good. Give me Jim Lee or Marc Silvestri art, or someone who's at least in that tier, and I'm down with it. So let's see what happens. That's just the expectation from the cover, and they've given us. Maybe this will be the issue, but it says the legend is born. So I gotta get that legend.
Right. Yeah. I feel like we now need to do a cover of Group of 7 comics where it's the characters are bursting through. I don't know what it looks like yet, but now
my first thought is it's the Peregrines bursting through.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you do the World War II group bursting through.
Exactly.
World War I group. Or you do your characters bursting through an American comic, there you go. Whatever you want to do. We can talk about that. It's fun. Totally fun. Yeah, a new group of commandos. I'm in World War II. I'm down with that. I like the idea also of us having X-Men themed B covers.
Sure.
Because that might be a thing that happens. So,
especially now that I draw.
Oh, okay. All right, buddy. All right. Yeah. So over the weekend, Chris and I did an in-store in the north end of the Greater Toronto area at Wayside Comics and Cocktails, and Chris was you got your arm twisted to do a sketch.
Did
you? So you drew Batman.
And the first one in the history of the store.
Yeah, that store has never had a Batman, a drinking Batman. They like to have owner Omar likes to have images of.
See if they can come up. Can it come up? It's not going to come up, eh? No.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Look at that. You got it. Beautiful, Chris.
You're welcome, everyone.
Yeah, they like to have images of characters drinking at the bar because it is a comics and cocktails shop. So Chris is the first artist to ever draw Batman. Little did you know that I had been working on a Batman piece to be the one who was first.
Let's tell you.
I know I'm too slow.
To be fair, he does have Omar and Wayside have a lovely wall of actual cartoonists, including Jason's, which looks great. And then there is a side wall above the exit door where he asks writers to draw. And it is a less, but it's funny.
You and Fantastic Four writer Ryan North.
Ryan North, yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, mine's definitely better than his.
Yeah. I'm trying to think how many pieces I have up there.
You got a few.
3?
Maybe. There's some great ones up there, including yours.
Cheers. All right, let's get into this.
I think it's time.
It's an interesting book with some transformation. There's the cover. So you can see that yellow stuff underneath kind of the image that I was showing you from Jim Lee.
Yeah.
And that is a photo stat turned into color hold. So they would have like made a collage in black and white line art of photo stats of other covers, and then created a color hold to put it in yellow over black. Weird. I do recognize a couple pieces, like the logo.
Mm-hmm.
Easy to spot. But in the bottom right corner, above the PDF trademark, where it says, trademark 2008 Marvel or whatever it is there, I can recognize that is Beast on the cover of X-Men #1 from Jack Kirby, where he's like swinging in on those bars. It's Beast's leg in a funny pose.
Okay.
You can see the X on his belt.
Oh yeah.
That's about all I can recognize from this point. So I'm changing the view here, and we can go into the first page. Just talking about transformation. This is the first time that we've seen, I think, these uniforms on modern X-Men. Right? We haven't seen Forge in this look ever, and this will become his de facto look moving forward.
That is something interesting about that.
We will see. Right? It doesn't have all the straps and pouches yet, so it is sort of like an early, like it's a proto Jim Lee. Like, okay, looking forward, going forward. Right. Famously, Uncanny X-Men 275 has a fold-out cover, or like a back front cover of X-Men in what we often call the training suits, or Jim Lee training suits, and they don't have that deep black as the sort of shadow, the way that the original kind of Kirby stuff did. So this is like a proto version from Jim Lee, where he's trying it out. So we do see Banshee in this outfit kind of again down the road.
We do.
But again, tweaked a little bit. It will have a collar. Legion and Amanda Sefton and Moira and Polaris, they all change up. I mean, Polaris gets something similar to this down the road, an X Factor. But it's it's interesting to see the revival of this look. And that might be the legacy of this comic, is the 1990s interest in the training suit. I think it stems from this.
Right. First. Well, it's also, I mean, again, I think you probably are spot on. This is an attempt. It's him drafting it, and this is just part of the process, right? But he gets to do this first, and then he gets to improve on it.
Yes.
Right? So he's definitely trying something out here. And I guess there was some reaction to it, or whatever else was in his head.
Sure.
And was able to go back to the well for an iconic cover. Because this one is not an iconic cover.
Well, right. It seems to be a footnote on the road towards the iconic cover, as opposed to the destination itself. Now, a total coloring geek thing. And this is not significant to maybe anyone else but me. The iconic version that we get in issue 275, 21 issues later, and a full wave of action figures, by the way, 2 3-packs and a single carded Wolverine in these suits, or a variation of these suits. That version of blue is 100% cyan, whereas this one has hints of magenta in it. That's why it's slightly darker and it looks a little purpley. Because they went for a darker blue to begin with, but they ease off of it with the next iteration, which to me is interesting. I don't know if that's interesting to anybody else. I digress.
It is interesting.
Okay, so speaking of transformations, But the
Yes.
team is changing. As we open this issue, the first splash, is that Bayou Billy I see down there?
Oh, Billy's come back again for week 2 of nonsense.
Remember, he fighting, he driving and shooting. Of course, zapping. Oh, Bayou Billy. So the transformation that catches my attention first is not actually Lorna Dane on the Frankenstein machine, but what is going on with Moira McTaggart?
Oh, yeah. That and as we turn the pages too, like what is going on?
So I reminded myself by going through the last issue again, and this comes out of nowhere that she's wearing, full length gloves up the arm, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's I mean, I think we probably can get a sense of why.
Sure.
From the male gaze creation wise, but
Sure.
It's so, and there's a few parts, and we'll get to that. There's a few panels where you're just like, why is Moira dressed for not just a night out, but like I don't know, like
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it either.
I don't even know
when extremely sexual,
under attack, and like it's there you go. It's the first time, we've seen obviously female characters sexualized in this book, men too, but primarily women. And certainly this is the first time maybe we've seen Moira go through this treatment, because Moira's been in our lives for a while, right?
Yeah.
But this is the first time where this treatment is given to her for some bizarre reason. Yeah.
Right. And the idea of it being hellfire, like that almost works. They just have a more leathery, domineering version of it. So yeah, it comes out of nowhere. Last issue she was not dressed like this.
No.
It doesn't match the character at all. This is a character that originally, Cockrum and then Byrne are drawing her. She's a lab coat wearing scientist.
Yeah.
And she's modest. She often has her hair in like an Alice band. Sure. Or something comparable, or just a hairband of some kind. So odd. It's just such an odd character move. But we will live with it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then this version of Polaris, I feel like Silvestri lost. Like the idea of sizing and muscling her up. It doesn't look like her anymore at all.
Right.
The body is, to me, is too masculine. In its proportions. It's not even like She-Hulk. And he does a great She-Hulk. We saw him do it in the X-Men versus Avengers series, so we know he can do it, but a couple of these panels, I think it's gone a little too far in that direction. But anyway, so we will continue and see what happens. Are you ready, Chris?
Let's go.
Stanley presents the Uncanny X-Men. All new, all different. Here we go again. So, like we said, they are setting us up for a reboot. And I'm now expecting it again. So I think the dialogue comes first and then the narration, if I was to read it that way. Because I'm coming down off the banner.
Mm-hmm.
And that pipe is bringing me downward toward those first set of word balloons. So I'm going to read them first.
Okay.
Not to worry, love. Those fireworks only look formidable. They're really quite harmless. So what? Go ahead, please.
Yeah. So why don't we trade places? You step up here, and I'll watch.
Moira McTaggart. Oh, I think I forgot this. Oh, never mind. I didn't forget it in the spelling. Moira McTaggart's lab, Muir Isle. Once upon a time, there was a young woman named Lorna Dane, who desired no more out of life than what most other young girls dream of. A home, a family, someone to love and be loved by, happily ever after. Unfortunately, she's a mutant, born with parahuman abilities to manipulate magnetic forces. That's what brought her originally to the X-Men. A lot's happened since then. She's still trying to figure out whether for better or worse. Chris Claremont, writer. Marc Silvestri and Dan Green are artists. Greg Wright, colors.
Okay.
That's a big note for us.
Not Linus Oliver.
No, not Linus Oliver. Tom Orzechowski on letters, thank goodness. Bob Harris, editor, and Tom DeFalco, editor-in-chief. Greg Wright is probably the first colorist as a kid that I noticed who it was.
Oh, okay.
I thought his stuff on Punisher War Journal stood out to me. I don't think I even realized that paper was changing. So, I thought he looked really great over Jim Lee stuff, and I was like a fan of Greg Wright when I was 14. Mm-hmm. So I was happy. He's good. He's a good colorist. So the question that Polaris asked, of course, was, why don't we switch places, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the answer, with another confusing pose from Rogue. Is that Rogue? You back, Rogue? The highlight in the front makes
the highlight in the front. This is just
the lighting.
But yeah.
This is my science outfit, Chris. This is what
right.
I'm wearing.
This is how. Well, we've talked about lady scientists before. Because Claremont made sure we knew that that's what lady scientists, how they work. So yeah, clearly this is obviously in line with them.
Because I'm the doctor.
Ha! Mad scientist is more like it.
And you're the patient undergoing examination. Be patient, Lorna. We're nearly through. Some good news, though. There doesn't seem to be a trace left of the malice persona anywhere in your psyche.
So I'm really free of the marauder's possession?
As the proverbial bird.
So it's the bad news.
You've lost your magnetic powers as well. I like this panel, like have them go for the walk, move across the island. It might not say in the script that they do that, but the artist just give them a change of scenery to show us the location. And I think it's a very effective technique that I'm still learning how to do. I'm actually working on this page where characters are talking somewhere in Egypt at a secret base.
Yes, they are.
Group 7, number 9. And I have them move from the interior to the exterior just to have something different to draw, so they're not just always in a room. And the walking around the landscape, it is such a helpful technique. And I don't know if it's good or not, but I am doing it anyway. I'll show you the pencils before I ink it, so you can be yeah. The critical genetic elements still exist, but only as a latent potential that might manifest itself in your descendants. The active ability, from what you told me, must have been absorbed by the self-proclaimed Empress of the Savage Land, Zaladane.
Who also claims to be my long-lost sister. And isn't that a royal crock?
Actually, she'd have to be, lass, to pull this off. No other way the genetic structure would be compatible. Of course, that also means the process is probably reversible.
I'm sure Sis will be eager as pie to do that. What I'm more concerned about, though, is what's happened to me since.
You've got me there, lass. I haven't a clue. Clearly, you're absorbing energy that's giving you your increased size and strength and invulnerability. But what energy and from where? We've some guests due from the mainland. Soon as Sean brings them over, I'll set up the next series of tests. Perhaps it'll point the way to some answers. There you go, Allie. Scientist is the feminine. Man of science was the term when it was only dudes in the field.
Only dudes in the field. That's right. That's right.
Ullapool, just down the rugged west coast of Scotland. Banshee! It's been an age.
Aye, Amanda. Too long, and that's a fact.
Looking pretty good for an old pirate.
Not so bad yourself. The jet-setting life of a stewardess agrees with you.
Please. I'm a senior in-flight passenger service relations interface manager.
Most impressive.
Sean Cassidy, I'd like to introduce Brigadier Alisand Stewart.
Commanding officer of Her Majesty's Weird Happenings organization.
You guys know each other?
We go way back. You might say Banshee was one of Sandy's first weird happenings.
Not to mention one of the more annoying. Still have the boat, I see?
Ah, Sandy.
Brigadier, if you please.
Anyone ever tell you, lass, how lovely your eyes flash when you're angry?
This is some piece of work, Sean.
Not another in these parts can match her, as the Brigadier knows full well.
Don't push your luck, Cassidy. The arrest warrant's still good.
Throw a charming sort like me in the Royal Slammer.
Gladly. And throw away the key.
Ta, Sandy. Perish the fuck. Zap! That's the sound it makes.
Sure. Like,
Zap.
his guts just got splattered.
He just got taken out. That's it.
Banshee is dead.
No more Banshee. We're done.
He's been shot! Sniper! Up on the headland! You mind the boat, I'll go after him. Wait! A wasted effort, Amanda. Heavy caliber bullet. Full in the chest, he's as good as dead. Still can't blame her for trying. Longbow to any station. Mayday, mayday. Under attack. Just outside Ullapool Harbor. Pistols no use at this range. Boat's precious little cover. But I can't make a run for it until Amanda's back on board.
She's radioing for help, Sarge.
We'll be long gone before any arrives, Macon.
Yo, Reese, I got a clear shot. When I should take it.
Less loose ends, the better, Cole.
Music to my ears. Say goodnight, sweetheart. Your party's over.
Skaboom. I've said before, Operation Wolf meant so much to me.
Of course it did.
Loved it. Loved it. Oh. Chris, he's looking at you.
There he is. Oh, no.
That art, that drawing.
Haunt our dreams.
So good. What the devil? Miss Sefton. She transformed into a mer creature. Of course. What am I thinking? She's a sorceress. She probably pulls stunts like this all the time. Splendid for her, less so for me. I can't breathe underwater. Good Lord, she's transforming me. Just relax, Brigadier. Sorry, hold on. Just relax, Brigadier. Let the body cope with its new reality. You'll be fine. How strange. I don't feel any different. As though all this is perfectly normal. Part and parcel of the spell. The ocean's now your natural environment. Why shouldn't you feel at home? It's wonderful. For us, not Banshee, who has his entire chest cavity blown open, remember? Like, look at the drawing. It looks fine.
Yeah, it's a flesh wound now.
There he is. I don't so much see with my eyes. This is fantastic, but with a kind of sonar. He's in a bad way, Amanda. Even if we get him ashore, how can we possibly reach the hospital in time? That's the least of our problems, Brigadier. You forget another aspect of my powers. Is the ability to teleport.
To the planet with those aliens.
What does this remind you of, by the way? Like this version of a sea creature in visual form.
What does it remind me of?
Yeah.
Like Harry Potter, maybe?
There you go, dude. That's what I was thinking too.
You thinking that scene in Goblet of Fire?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Where Harry, I think he guts the other competitor, doesn't he?
I'm pretty sure shoots them across a bay with a.
Pretty sure he just
rifle.
a That's right.
Oh, this just reminds me of like the mer creatures living at the bottom of that
That's right.
lock.
That's right.
The Silkies. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Ah, there we are.
Excellent. Anthony says, I feel like that xenomorph can pull off a convincing take of the Hannibal Lecter Fava Bean speech. Hey, Chris, have you ever seen that movie?
Silence of the Lambs? A long time ago.
You should watch it again.
Should I? Okay.
Yeah, it's really, really good. In this instance, straight to Moira McTaggart's medical facility on Muir Isle. If anyone can save Banshee, it's her. We've changed again. No use for flippers and tails on dry land. The transformation. Amanda, I know this isn't the time, but might we someday again? My pleasure. Here's Moira. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
The two with her are Deputy Security Chief Tom Corsi and head nurse Sharon Friedlander. And the big one can't be She-Hulk, can she? Sean! He's been shot, Doctor. Only one bullet, but I fear it's done major damage.
Who did it? Do I know her? Nightcrawler's old girlfriend.
Lorna Dane, but isn't she a villain? Sharon, set up the whole blood IV. Alert the Morlock healer, we're going to need him. It was a sniper. No idea who, or why, or even their true target. Someone out to settle an old score with Banshee as an ex-Interpol agent or retired X-Man. Or a terrorist after me as a senior British Army officer. Too many possibilities. Best to assume the worst. That it's a prelude to a hostile move against the island itself and this community. Lorna, get this whole lot into standard uniforms. Is that necessary? No, that's not Lorna.
It's not, no.
It's okay. I don't give orders, Miss Sefton, for the sheer joy of hearing myself talk. These are more than just decorative costumes. They're environmental suits that'll protect you from all manner of weather extremes. But more importantly, they're body armor as well.
Finest kind stuff, too. Flexible as cloth, but capable of stopping solid shells and energy weapons within limits. I'll show you to the locker room.
No need. My sorcery can magic up the outfits. In the blink of an eye.
Jeez, Amanda.
Yep. So, I mean, that's fine for a gag. I guess she's got some magic on the mind. With Inferno kind of looming over things,
yeah,
this would make sense as like a spell gone wrong that brings out, demonstrates people's darker sides. If that you want to consider this a darker side, that also goes with like why Moira is dressed the way she is. If like there's that thing in the air of desires, like unleashed desires or unchecked desires.
Yeah, and magic just being like off kilter, like it's just everything's a bit wacky and untamed right now.
Yeah, if that is what they're going for, that would read. But I think you need to make it a little more heavy-handed, where it's played in other non-sexual areas too. And that's totally fine. So this is what I mean by Silvestri kind of losing his edge when it comes to Polaris. Like that figure is not feminine in any way. In terms of the representation of characters in comics, like I'm not trying to declare like how I read body image or anyone's silhouette, but the way he's drawing her is the way he draws men. That's all I'm kind of going for.
Right.
He's using the code language of a man's body in that image. And your mileage may vary with that. It's fine either way. Do you remember these two other characters, though?
No. Do you?
Sharon Friedlander and
And
Tom
Tom
Corsi.
Dorsey?
We did come across them way back when, during the Mutant Massacre, when Moira came to help with like
Okay.
getting the X-Men all healed up and helping with the Morlocks.
Yeah.
They were people that were like groundskeepers at the X Mansion,
Oh, okay.
and as they moved east to the UK, to Muir Isle, they went with them. So we did come across them before, and they were like guarding the tunnel entrance to the X Mansion at some point. So they're not out of nowhere. They
No.
should be. They were like part of the medical team that helped with Nightcrawler, Colossus, and Kitty Pryde.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I do think that Tom was just the like groundskeeper, security. I think he was appointed security chief. I think he just worked on the grounds, kind of thing.
Right.
And Sharon Friedlander was like the assistant, or I guess she just was the local nurse, and they kind of brought her in. Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! This isn't what I wanted at all.
Do tell.
What in the bloody blue blade? I lost that accent. How do you do this bloody? The way it's spelled there? I don't know how to.
Bloody?
Bloody. Oh, there you go. Michael says, I think they are originally from the Demon Bear saga and the New Mutants.
Oh.
Urson Sheriff.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think you're right. I got to go back and read that stuff again. That's very cool. Thank you. What in the bloody blue blaze do you think you're playing at? I have no time for this nonsense. I'm trying to save my man's life. Now do as you're told. Stop acting like babies and get changed.
She's certainly in the mood.
Small wonder, considering the circumstances. Oh, sorry, that's Brigade Fear. Small wonder. Small wonder, considering the circumstances. That's a basic spell. How could I have gone so wrong?
Like on the freighter, things were fine when we left port, but as the voyage went on, the crew seemed to go crazy, as though they'd been possessed by something evil.
Oh.
Accidents will happen, Miss Sefton. I wonder if Callisto was somehow tied into this. Moira sent her to the States on a special job.
So that was something happening on that freighter. That
Banshee, right?
Yeah. Where Polaris was being attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yep. Something evil.
Yes. Did you say the last line there?
I said the last line in the previous panel, but not this one.
Okay.
Haven't heard from her since.
Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Or rather, what's left of it. Founded by Charles Xavier as a haven where mutants could be taught how to use their superpowers, and where some were forged by Xavier into his X-Men, a team of heroes whose primary charge was to protect the world and its people from those mutants who would do it harm. Hold on, Michael. This makes sense. I remember reading the Wikipedia on this. They were switched into Native American characters at the end of the Demon Bear saga.
Like in the comic? Like they
were?
Oh.
Yeah. I ask Claremont. Ask him.
I will. I will next week. We have lunch.
Right. Here, too, a lot's happened since. Xavier himself is off past the far side of the universe, with the Starjammers unable to return home. The original team's taken on a new name and mission as X-Factor, while the survivors of the current team belong now to the English group Excalibur. As for the X-Men themselves, well, the world believes them to be dead. That's why Callisto was sent back to the mansion to seal the underground complex still intact beneath it and keep its secrets from falling into the wrong hands.
Been an age since you've been around these parts, Cal.
Far as that goes, the secrets are in great shape. It's Callisto herself who got trouble. 40 miles south from Xavier's estate, a mile below Manhattan streets, in the huge vaulting tunnel complex she long ago christened the Alley.
Like the way we welcome you home? Sure you do. You always wore a twisted piece of work mask. I see that hasn't changed.
Cody says, "Whoa, there's a meeting of the Chris's next week?" I hope, Cody, you know we're joking. We often pretend that we're
ChrisCon 2025.
That we're regularly in contact with Chris Claremont, and we are not. As of yet.
Yeah.
But why not? You know what I'm saying?
Why not? We have I bet you like go for a club sandwich, you know? Be really good.
Yeah.
As without, sweetie, so within. That's my motto. Wanna make something of it, huh? Ain't your tunnels no more, sweetie. And you sure as sin ain't boss of the Morlocks. Let me guess. That's you, right? Smart girl. So what's all this then? Old time's sake? Don't you wish? Oh, he says, I want the access codes, the X-Men's basement. Don't you wish? I'll just bet you do. I'm serious, Callisto. You give them to me or I'll make you wish you'd never been born. When you're done, better make sure I'm dead. Because if I'm not, you will be. When I'm done, sweetie, you'll be lucky to have a face to call your own. Flesh and blood are Play-Doh to me, to be shaped however I please. Consider me an artist who uses living canvases, and where you're concerned, I'm of a mind to create a masterpiece.
Yeah.
No.
I hope she's not in too much pain. I bet you it's terrible.
Yeah. Well, it looks like almost she's got a tear in the eye. Like a pain tear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's being tortured. And I mean, this is a good way to create some sympathy for Callisto, who's never been, for me, an easy character to care about because she's always been a bit of a pain in the ass. But her being tortured is a way to kind of, get some sympathy from me. Muir Isle, through an association with the Weird Happenings organization, also known to me as WHO, and its subordinate RCX, the Resources Control Executive, Moira's research complex has, in recent months, become home to the paranormal and, in some cases, not even marginally human children known as Warpies.
What?
You didn't know I actually call you that regularly.
Yeah, I know.
Because of the things you showed me in that photo from when you were a kid.
Sure.
That because of the incident.
The incident.
Yeah, I often call you a Warpie. Anyway, as well as those few Morlocks, such as Sunder, to survive the massacre that turned their alley into a... Do you call it charnel or carnal? Carnal.
I think carnal.
Well, carnal is a word too,
Yeah,
though.
something else, yeah.
But this is like charred carnal. Like it's both death and also smoky death. So I'm going to call it the charnel house.
Do it.
There you go. For them, this morning, it seems, history is about to repeat itself. Look out. Shaboom. Hey, kiddies. I'm Skullbuster.
Bone Breaker.
Pretty boy.
We're the Reavers, and we always announce ourselves. And we've come to kill you.
Those kids should all be dead.
Those kids are, either they're the worst shots in the world. But yeah, those kids.
Do you remember? I think, it wasn't Sunder. Who was that there was a dude on the Marauders who took a bunch of, or maybe it was Sunder, who took a bunch of like those throwing stars into his chest.
Oh,
Wasn't one? Did one of the Morlocks take a good beating there?
might have been Sunder. Yeah.
Okay. An invisible wall stopping the bullets. Danny, this your doing? Way to go, boy!
Hey,
What gives?
no fair.
Daniel Haller, by the way, this isn't a typo. This is an editor, not a typo. This is just a full-on writing error. It's not Daniel, it's David.
Wow. Okay.
And if you remember, Gabrielle Haller, his mother was
right.
the
Professor.
woman on those journeys, on that like flashback with Professor X and Magneto back when they were like working at a refugee camp. Before Professor X had his accident where he couldn't walk anymore. So that's Gabrielle is his mom. So his name is David, not Daniel. But I'm gonna just read it as is. But
As
I
if
know,
he was called Daniel.
well, if Sunder calls you Daniel, you just go with it.
Of course.
And then if you're the narrator and you hear Sunder call him Daniel, you just go with it too. Daniel Haller, called Legion, because each of his powers is controlled by a separate, completely individual personality. Keep us covered. Down the hall, kids, as quick as you can. Get to the bunker. Unfortunately, not all of them are nice. Danny, why'd you drop your shield?
Help, 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 help. Run, run, run. Good question, big brute. But who am I to refuse such a gift? So long, Sunder. It's been real. Hang on, pal. We'll pull you out of there. Yeah, right, sure. 11 years a cop, never had to use my gun. Now I'm Willis, Gibson, and Rambo all at once. Totally crazy.
That's a strange thing to be like. We're gonna go actor name, character name.
Character name, yeah, right.
So that's Bruce Willis, Mel Gibson, and Sylvester Stallone as Rambo. Yeah.
The boy! I got a bulletproof shield to cover me, pal. Don't peer to me like you're so lucky. Outrageous. Impacts hurt. I'll have bruises to spare tomorrow. I should live so long, but the armor's doing its job. I'm still standing. Nice shooting, Tom. Without that track, Bonebreaker is immobilized. What's this? She's poking holes in my chassis.
Better than you, Bone. Latches are jammed. I can't spring your torso from its harness.
Gee, isn't that too bad? Can I lend a hand? She's pulling, pretty boy. Who is she? Anyway, she isn't on the briefing specs. Don't let her get me.
I'm trying, Bone, but she's a powerhouse. I'll call her Powerhouse. You know that's how
that's how it works. Yeah,
that is how it works.
Oh, gutter! Stupid suit won't save her from a headshot. Still can't help flinch whenever someone shoots at me. No more used to my new invulnerability than I am to my strength. But I can't deny it's a total trip. Pull, blast you, pull!
I am, you lump. Hard as I'm able. And hey.
Ow!
So tell me, kid, what's so funny? Whose side are you on anyway? Fire! Kid's not just a telekinetic. He's a pyrotic. Dude, I'm burning.
Danny, you okay? Come on, let's catch up with the others.
Will they attack again? Will there be more fighting?
Afraid so.
Good. I can't wait. This is fun. Time. The frame and arbiter of our existence. This is coming out of nowhere.
This is, yeah.
For all save me, people's perceptions confined to the experiences of their own lives. Short little mayfly flashes of light against the backdrop. of infinity. Past and present have reality. Because we've lived through them, the future, that great unknown, remains but a dream. For all save me, I am destiny. I have been blind since birth, yet my inner sight has served me well, if not better than any eyes. If anything, it has grown keener with age and use. Yet, in all I can remember, I have never found myself in such a place as this. A room of purest crystal. Tick, 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 tick. Embraced by crystal gardens beyond, wherein I find a statue of Raven! Raven Darkholm, the name she chose for herself, just as she did this code identity, Mystique. She has never looked more lovely. This is Raven as I know her, the spirit soul within my dearest friend, full of strength and courage and passion that I have loved from the moment we met. But she is not alone here. Everywhere I turn, statues abound, each exemplifying the noblest, finest aspects of the person they represent. Possessing such beauty, they make my heart ache. Then I realize that everything around me is carved from crystal. Birds, animals, insects, flowers, even the distant mountains and the ground beneath my feet, all frozen in a moment of sublime, absolute, transcendent perfection. Tick, 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 tick. Bong! Overhead, a crystal moon glitters in the firmament beside a crystal sun. And suddenly, I am the one overhead. With the vast, is it panoply?
Panoply.
Panoply. What's a panoply?
A word I've heard often in Decemberist songs, but I don't actually know what it is.
Panoply. Okay, okay. With the vast panoply of the Milky Way strewn before me. All the stars that ever were, the beings that live on their attendant worlds, no more. I weep, without knowing whether from grief at what's been lost, or joy at the indescribable glory that remains. Panoply. I have heard that word, but I don't think I've ever actually used it in anything. And with those tears, the awareness that my moment has come. Yet, even as glory envelops me, I hear some small part of me shriek a denial, calling on me to fight and somehow save myself. Bong, 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 bong. Too late.
Irene? E? Irene?
Yeah, I think she's like Irene,
Irene? Irene, you had a rough night? I also found the definition of panoply for you because I know you were muttering in your sleep. Turns out, Irene, a panoply is an impressive, wide-ranging collection or display of things. There you go.
Okay, well, that's
Irene. You wanted to know. Well, there you go.
Thank you.
Is anything the matter for a precog? Oh, sorry. Anything the matter?
Just dreams.
For a precog, that's nothing to sneer at. See anything to worry about?
To be honest, I'm not sure.
Well, whatever comes, old duffer, we'll face it together, as always.
That's Valerie. Oh, the phone is ringing.
Oh, yeah.
Ring, ring. That's Valerie Cooper, Raven. She has a mission for Freedom Force.
I declare, Irene, you're utterly impossible to surprise. Behold our mistress's face to match her voice. Good morning, Val. What's the emergency?
So it's interesting having these two characters here. It's 1989.
Mm-hmm.
and they are coupled.
Yes.
I mean, the contemporary read of this was that they were coupled. The hindsight read is that they were coupled. Yeah, just I can't think of anyone else in mainstream comics who was like that. I mean, it's groundbreaking stuff, but also never played as being uh, anything other than the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's an interesting like anecdote or footnote in mainstream comics, because it's one thing to say that I know that like with other characters that have been sort of understood to have been gay for a long time,
Yeah.
In the way that they were represented, not just in intention, but like there's like intentional coding and being characters being read that way. They weren't in relationships the same way as these two. Like they
Right.
might be the first gay couple, you know.
Yeah, in comics, yeah. Or in
Well,
mainstream.
mainstream.
Yeah, mainstream.
Who knows what's happening in indie comics? But it's pretty interesting. Anthony says, "What a devastating parallel to have Destiny see what's coming while she looks so wholesome in love with Mystique." Yeah, she's like this real tortured person, right? Who lives in both the realm of knowing the probability of what's to come and having to sort of still exist in the day to day. Yeah, especially if you care about her as a character, it becomes more and more heartbreaking.
Totally.
Muir Isle. First team's on the rock, taking major fire, so watch yourselves.
Hey, Reese, we already popped Banshee. Who they got left that's any real threat?
Me.
Whoa! Air's got all funny.
Stabilizers won't hold. Rocket packs are generating sufficient thrust to keep us. I love the idea of these guys on jetpacks.
Yeah, totally.
I want to add that to my toys now. Add jetpack stuff. Yeah. Not too shabby. Maybe things won't be as bad as Moira feared. Gotta make sure the surf gives them an especially rough ride ashore.
This is Reese. I'm on land. Pull a three-way split.
Shoot, Reese! It's only a girl.
Since when did that ever matter, Macon?
They're up and firing at me. My mystic shield only slowing the bullets, not stopping them. Your magic sucks. Okay, you boys want to get nasty? I'll oblige.
I'm caught. Some kind of energy bonds. Sensors say nothing there. Body says there is.
He broke free. But that shouldn't be possible unless... How could I have been such a fool? As cyborgs, they're a synthesis of man and machine. My magic has power over their flesh, but it's useless against the cold iron of their artificial mechanisms.
Show's closed, girly. Hey, Reese. Ain't she the blonde we saw with Banshee? I thought we already got her. On your knees, hands clasped behind your head. You even twitch funny.
Out of there, Amanda, on the double. I'll keep their heads down. Macon.
I'll live, Cole. Who's up there?
Scanlog marks her as the limey brigadier. Hey, can I say limey?
I mean, there's a movie called The Limey.
Okay, fine.
I think it's okay.
Laying down fire like a real pro. A general that actually knows her business. Well, whoever would have thought? Trouble is for you, honey bunch. So do we. Explosive shells. Shattering a cliff face.
Let her splat, bro? Your call.
Hey, Cole. I'm a soft-hearted kind of guy.
Soft-headed's more like it. Besides, thanks to old boss man, Mr. Genius Pierce, you ain't got no heart. Not a flesh and blood human one anyway. It'd be nice, babe, but we'll try this again. Maybe I'll miss the catch. Oops, what a mess.
Never should have showed him my tape of a fish called Wanda. Figures he's auto incarnate.
And improvement over Rambo. At least now he's a sense of humor. We'll keep this woman as is for interrogation. If the island has any more surprises in store for us, I don't want to find out the hard way.
The Washington, D.C. headquarters of Freedom Force, the United States government's enhanced power covert action team.
No. I won't lift a finger to help that murdering swine.
Are you also,
Am I Val too?
I think so.
Okay. But I'm also Forge. So do you
Okay,
want
I'll be Val.
Sure.
Considering your own history, Mystique, as former head of the terrorist Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, you're hardly in a position to throw stones.
Moira McTaggart's research center is under attack. What's that to me? Let Xavier's mutants take care of their own.
This is a heaven-sent opportunity for Freedom Force to establish some serious credibility among the mutant community by going to the rescue of people who used to be your bitter foes. You can't afford to pass that up.
I suppose this has absolutely nothing to do with wanting Forge here back designing weapons for Uncle Sam.
Wouldn't hurt to get on his good side, too.
Because of him, Cooper, my foster daughter, Rogue, not to mention all her fellow X-Men, were killed. You expect me to work with him?
I expect you, Mystique, to do as you're told.
This is Mystique. Did I do the right thing, Destiny, by giving in?
You did the only thing you could for the good of all.
Hardly a comforting thought. After all these months, how I still hate the man. Even with the enhancements I've added to the Freedom Force jet, we can be there in no time.
You should think more kindly towards Forge, Mystique, considering how intimately your futures are intertwined.
That'll be the day.
Perhaps. And far sooner, my dear, than you dare suspect. He's almost wearing like a shield outfit.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks with that kind of web gear a little bit. Yeah.
Muir Isle. Have you seen Excalibur?
Yes.
So, like, this is Merlin from
This is
Excalibur.
Merlin, yeah.
Your costume completely. He will live, Doctor, and with rest, thrive. Probably shouldn't have read that guide, but it's okay. Bring him back to consciousness here.
Is that wise, Moira?
It's necessary.
Am I dreaming? Moira, you look so...
The devil may take my appearance, Sean. We're under attack. Banshee Sonic Scream is desperately needed.
Moira, you can't. That was a mortal wound. Even the healer's power has limits. Push Sean before he's ready, you'll likely kill him.
Wait till then, Sharon. And from the sound of things outside, it's we who'll be dead. Is that what you want?
Beg your pardon, ladies, but don't I have any say? Moira is so changed, inside as well as out, as though all the wild warrior Highlander parts of her nature have suddenly pushed to the fore, overwhelming her gentler side. If I can help, Akushla, I will.
That's my brave, bold Banshee.
Whatever needs doing, my love, I'll manage. Or die trying.
So they all have the same, like, X-Men, pardon me, they all have the same X-Men costumes.
Yeah.
But Moira's is different.
It is.
Yeah. Which is fine. But she's got her Highlander side is coming out.
Yeah, that's right. They're
I love
the
it.
only one.
Elsewhere on the island, Sunder is paying back the Reavers for their earlier assault. Thought that you killed me, huh? You ain't the first to try. Your bullets, they knocked me down, but thanks to my armored suit. What?
He also has an armored suit?
It didn't do no damage, no other damage. Bet you won't be able to say the same about my fists when I get done pounding. That's the trouble with armor, Bunky. It's the charm till someone comes along with a gun designed to breach it. Congratulations. Now how about haul this lump off of me before his weight finishes what his bullets started?
Hellfire Trio's a pair of prisoners.
Plus this Croaker here and Banshee, that's 4 down. How many did that leave?
The geeky kid who seems to be playing both sides against the middle. The cop and Ms. Muzzles with the green hair.
She-Hulk, maybe. Bone, we ready to take on the Avengers? Muties, Avengers, whatever. They're only flesh and blood. Hit 'em hard, Scully. Hit 'em right. We'll drop 'em stone cold dead.
So let's quit jabbering, Reavers. Go do it.
Next, in 2 weeks, bash and turn, or crash and burn. I still don't get Sunder. I don't understand about armor, about a gun he had supposedly.
No.
But if I look at the cover again,
Yep.
okay, Banshee didn't get into action, but he's about to. So, okay, I'll go with it. We didn't see Legion in this costume.
No.
Forge isn't even there yet. We did not see Moira McTaggart with a machine gun at all. We definitely didn't see Sunder in any kind of X-Men kind of... He's not on any team. So like, this team did not come together in this issue. The pieces are there. I can see how next issue this could be the cover.
Could be.
But I do not see how this issue is the cover. It doesn't track for me.
Bit misleading that way.
What do you think, Chris? Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I mean, I think he just took like some of the characters and put them in team formation, but they just took characters. I do like the panel though, where Sunder is punching Bonebreak into the ground.
Yeah.
I think I would have liked to have seen, I guess he gets shot in the back. I mean, I don't know if he's down for the count or he's just out, but yeah, I think he's a big guy. He's a heavy, right? It'd be nice to see him get some action in there.
Yeah, I mean, he can be the Ben Grimm of the group in some way. We're fans of like those groups with the different size characters. It's all good, but I felt like this issue cover didn't do it for me. It's like it feels like it's a disconnect between the cover and the issue. I wanted it to be the thing. As I said, it says at the bottom, a new legend is born. So I want to see that legend. I want to see them come to pass. And
Legend of Sunder.
Yeah, Legend of the Dog-Faced Woman. Boom.
That's right.
I want that to happen, and I want this to be something special. And I want to feel great about being on the ground floor because that is part of the fun of all this.
Totally.
Like, holy smokes. Remember that time when this thing happened and we saw it happen in real time? And it's very, very exciting. So I wonder if this is going to reach that point, but we shall see. And next week, Bitter Victory, guest starring Freedom Force. And it looks like, again, if we're judging from the cover,
Batman?
What's that?
And Batman? Like, looks like an uncowled Batman Forge.
I see what you mean.
You know,
he's like regressed from that X-Men suit. He never, it looks like he's going to bypass it altogether. Even though he's the one that like wears that kind of permanently from now on.
True.
Still an X-Men 97, and every iteration we seem like that's the version of Forge everyone kind of considers. I've got my issue here, typical like Silvestri ground and everything like that. But we're going to see some good stuff.
Yeah.
There's an ad for Jordan versus Bird, 1-on-1.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's very exciting. And we're going to get art from Marc Silvestri and Dan Green again, but it looks, I'll tell you now, this issue looks super rushed. Like the art looks like it happened very, very, very fast.
Okay.
And we're gonna get a bit of a throwdown. Hey, do you remember how like Wolverine and Jubilee were escaping
in the desert?
I expected at least a page to tell us where they were at, like just something.
It's so like
I don't. Did they even
so
get into
disjointed right now.
Did they go through a portal or?
No, they just kind of like we're walking, and then Pierce is like, I think they're going to Muir Island. It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
They're still in the neighborhood.
Right, and Lady Deathstrike chooses not to shoot them with her rifle.
Right.
So
Right.
that's
so
where that ended.
Far.
Right. Okay, I'm looking ahead because I'm trying to resolve that story in my mind. Because I know where this is going after this.
Right.
Yeah, dude. Do you know what's coming?
No. Like, you mean for 256 or?
Yeah. Do you have any idea?
I don't think
so.
so.
I want to tell you one thing.
Sure.
Well, it's two parts. Okay, I'll tell you two things. Thing one, all the stuff that's been building, we're not going to get what we want in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
And issue 256 is a completely different comic.
I love being disappointed over the holidays, so this is just going to feed into that.
Like 256 is a completely different story in what will feel like a completely different comic book series.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
And I will say one more thing. Jim Lee, like 3-parter, is coming.
Okay.
3 parts. Yeah. Like a monumental.
Okay.
Jim Lee. Yeah, it's like the big stuff is coming. It's right around the corner. So next week we'll read this one, and next week is like you're on vacation.
I mean, it's the 23rd.
So, but you're on vacation, are you not, or no? Your kids are. My kids are.
Kids are off. Yeah, kids are. Yeah, it's school break. Yeah.
Okay, but you're still okay to do the 23rd.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have anything
else. I guess it's the 30th. Yeah.
The 30th. Yeah.
And you okay with that?
Yeah, I don't think I have anything going on. Okay. Except for being disappointed, as I just mentioned. No, I think.
We shall see. Well, join us again next week. Then we'll do that. That should be fun. Hey, did the Leafs play tonight? They played Chicago.
They did.
You know what happened?
I do.
What happened?
They won. They came back too. They were down 2-0 going to the third, 1-3-2.
I can't wait. I'll go watch those highlights with my boy.
All right, before we go though, I got to see some shout outs here because I know we got a whole bunch of new subscribers.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
Like 350 of them.
Yeah, no, I said most of them, but now I'm gonna get another quick run through. Okay, buddy, hold on to your butts. Here we go. Thank you to new subscribers: Leonardo Rodriguez, H. Selemat, Drump 40, Yano Saitoon, Simone Poggi, Zaichenko, Steps to Jesus, Nacho Galak, Dinzo, the Passive Property Investor, Daniel Jimeno, Justin Campbell, Dimitri, Alejandro de la Cruz, Israel V. Huerta, Andy Zhang, Tim O'Neill, The Zombie VB, Leonardo Montero, John Rattel, Victor Alberca, Comic Artist, Leonardo Oliveira. Oh, almost there. This is why Bismarck Rodriguez, Sam Hawks, Loganu Saputra Jr., Deanne Muniz, Cortrell Harris, Pato Conde, Matthias Diaz, Bogey Comics, Azar Abdullah, Matthew Today, Philogene LeClown, King Jackson, Ken Lives, Indescribable Script, Swapnil Lamb, Yaborwi Pike, also script I can't read, third script I can't read, Serenity Q26, Franklin Walters, God Loves Comics, Kevin McNamara, Puny Human, Gamer Adventurer 2736, Dean Lanner, Clan Polly Bates, Gustavo Mello Art, Eli Reeves Jr., Joshua DC 1975, Denver Harrington, Philip Mukovic, Moro, Emmanuel, another name, Travis Frederick, Grinning Idiot, Michelangelo, More Mao, Eat Some Seaweed, Omer Glitch, T450, Samir, Culture Kick, Joe Morg, Obasair, Kid Shrabi, Jason Brazler, King of Cypress Hill, not Cypress Hill, but King. Debbie J. Bell, Anderson Garcia. Thank you all for subscribing to the channel.
Amazing.
Sorry if I butchered those names and for
Chris,
the names that I couldn't even pronounce.
I was looking at our stats because our numbers have drastically changed in the
They
last.
have.
So usually it's been very clearly like viewers in Canada and the States, and that's it. And like all men of a particular stretch, and like there's some real streamlined sort of numbers. We actually like have a third country that's paying attention to us at the moment, which is really lovely.
Yeah.
So shouts to everyone out there in Brazil. Hey, how you doing? Hope you're well. And there are a wider range of people who are paying attention to the channel at the moment. So that's
cool.
Lovely to all of you out there, whether you are a long-time subscriber and listener and participant, or you're new. We're grateful you're here, and we hope you're doing well. And hope you're enjoying some X-Men content and some more comic stuff as we go. And that brings us, of course, to the end of another episode. I'd like to say thank you to my good buddy, writer of Group of Seven, Most Secret Tale, and Peregrines, Flights, Fiends, and Fisticuffs, Chris Sanigan. Thank you, Chris. You can find out more about our comics and upcoming appearances, of which there are none, I think, at least until the end of January, at groupofsevencomics.ca. Of course, it's the number 7. And follow us at Group of Seven Comics on social media. Please click like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and share with us your take on this issue or any X-Men comics in the comments section below. So go dig out your old back issues, trade paperbacks, essentials, omnibuses, DVD ROMs, bootlegs, or hop on an app and read along with us next week on Previously in X-Men. And thank you, Bubs.
Holy Mackinac!
Holy Mackinac. And stay Xy. That is beautiful. Everyone take care. We'll see you next week. Boom. Yes, end the stream.